Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the World Messianic Church of America Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer, please stand. Taka amahara ni gamzumarimasu. Kamuro gi kamuro mi no mikoto mochite. Some mi oya kamuri zanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no imuka no tachi hana no odo no ahagi hara ni misogi hara itamo toki ni narimaseru. Araido no okami tachi moro moro no manga goto tsumi kegare o arai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomo ni ame no fuji koma no mimi furi tatete kikoshi meseto kashikomi mo maosu Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Koshie miyo yanushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie miyo yanushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Kam nagara tamachi haemase. Kam nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
Obrigado, Meishu-sama.
Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to the teachings of Meishu-sama. Eternal life. Once I was awakened to the realization that life goes on, that it is immortal and eternal, I truly began to live. Life's greatest treasure, which lasts forever, is the good done in secret for the welfare of others. A true filial act is the continued remembrance of our parents and ancestors through our prayers, good deeds, and ancestral offerings. When one person makes another happy, his or her gratitude is transmitted back in the form of light to the benefactor, whose clouds are reduced by it. It is a fundamental law of nature that the more such good deeds are done in secret and without desire for reward, the greater will be the reward from God. Good and bad fortune are in no way accidental, but are inevitably determined by the degree of purification in the spiritual world. There is still another determining factor: whether survivors hold memorial service earnestly and with love for the spirit of the departed. Moreover, the intensity with which survivors and descendants help others work for the welfare of society and the nation and accumulate virtue accelerates the purification of ancestors. This means that filial piety is not limited to this life. On the contrary, the prayers offered and good deeds performed after the death of one's parents can be even more important than the care shown during life. It is only people ignorant of the nature of the spiritual world who say, by the time I was ready to be good to them, my parents were no longer alive to enjoy it.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service, and thank you for your daily prayers towards world peace, the victims of wars, of natural disasters, as well as man-made disasters and accidents. This evening, the faith experience I want to share with you is from Lucia Helena Rosa. She's from Botafogo in Rio de Janeiro. Lucilena received your Hikari in 1991. She's a high school math teacher in the state public school system. She observed that the pandemic caused a major social imbalance that is still reflected in students' behavior. Some became more aggressive and disengaged, which ended up disrupting the school environment. In light of this reality, beginning 2021, she adopted our practice of faith with the aim of strengthening herself spiritually and being truly useful in the education of young people in society. On her way to work, she channeled Johrei to herself and sought guidance through the divine writings, which she read for 30 minutes every evening. In this way, she found the balance she needed to deal with her classes and fulfill her mission. The classroom, she began to engage in more dialogue with her students, seeking to offer them good advice based on the teachings of Meishu-sama. As a result, the classroom atmosphere became more friendly and less conflictive. One day, at the end of 2021, while talking with the mother of a former student, she discovered that the woman was a jury member and had become distant from the church. The aim of helping her regain spiritual strength, Lucia encouraged her to return to the church. To her surprise and satisfaction, the woman had her Hikari re-blessed, and her son became a Johnny member. During that same period, Lucia was invited by a co-worker to speak about our church to her class. On the scheduled date, she explained our three pillars of salvation, and everyone showed great interest. On that occasion, she brought 30 small flower arrangements and noticed that they attracted the students' attention. As the students were leaving, she heard positive reports about a change in the school atmosphere. Excuse me. She considers the school to be a socially transformative space by applying spiritual values in educational practice, even without indicating any religion. She believes she is contributing to the realization of a paradise like society as idealized by Meishu-sama. Lucia commits to continue practicing the divine rights in her daily academic life and to be an instrument in the formation of individuals who are truly useful in the realization of paradise on earth. Thank you very much for attending this evening service and listening to this beautiful faith experience. Wish you all a most wonderful weekend.
This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us and have a blessed evening.